you will live to regret it. You will live to regret it. You will live to regret it if you've got a dream or a vision and you do not take massive action on making that happen in your life. If you've got a dream or vision and you do not take the necessary steps to make that dream or vision materialize and come true in the real world, then you will live to regret it. Hi, this is Michael with you once again here at the Unleash Academy, the home of real education. As I reflect on my journey, I remember those times in my life when I felt that I just couldn't do it. I felt like I wasn't good enough so many times. And yes, it had to do with what persons told me from time to time while growing up. Michael, I don't think you can do that. Michael, maybe you shouldn't attempt to do this. And those words, those remarks, those comments from time to time that were made to me over the course of many years growing up, it affected me deep down. And I didn't realize it. And so whenever I came up against a task that seemed too big or too difficult, I would back down. And I would shy away. And I would remain in my comfortable zone, never attempting to take on something that I found was too big for me to do, because what if what they said was true? What if I can't do it? What if I don't have the stuff that it takes to get the job done? Maybe they are right. So I held myself back so many times. So many times. I didn't even like to study while growing up. I never used to like to study because what was the point? I wasn't good enough, right? I didn't have what it took in order to place first or in the top 3. And I would hold myself back. And I wouldn't never apply myself to study or to learn or to try to even attempt to get the job done, because I was told from time to time that maybe I didn't have what it took. Can you relate? Can you relate to that voice? That voice in your mind, that voice in your chatterbox, which says to you from time to time, hey, you don't have what it takes. This is too big for you. This is too hard for you. This is too difficult. You haven't got the right stuff. You haven't got the potential. Can you relate to that? Because I'm being honest with you this morning. I have heard that voice over and over and over again. And I remember opportunities coming to me over the course of my life, and I would just back down. I would just shy away. I would just make up some excuse about why I couldn't do it. And it really started to frustrate me because I would set goals. Have you ever tried setting goals and then not following through? I would set goals, one goal after another after another. And I would always come up with some reason when I encountered some challenge or difficulty why I couldn't achieve my goal. But I started to realize after a while that there perhaps, just maybe, the problem wasn't with what people were saying. Maybe there was something I didn't discover inside myself. Something I hadn't, allowed to surface in my life. Maybe I needed to discover more about who I was. And I want to share a quick experience with you. One time when I was in secondary school, I used to come out like in the middle of the class during test time. I never used to come out in the top 3 or the top 5. That's my confession to you this morning. I never used to like studying. But I remember when I was in secondary school, I took exams, and when I got my results, well, I came out 21st. This one term. I came out 21st in test. And I mean, I felt bad about it, you know. My mother didn't like that result at all. And she actually said something to me that kind of it triggered a light switch. A light switch went off in my mind. She said to me, "But Michael, you are better than this. You can do better than this." And so I said to myself, I had a conflict. I had an internal conflict within myself. Because I kept thinking that I wasn't good enough, that what's the point studying if I'm always gonna, come out so low in tests? Why even waste time studying? Why waste time trying? Because I'm never going to place in the first 3 anyway, so why bother? But when she said to me that, Michael, you are better than this, it triggered some kind of internal belief deep down in my soul. And I said to myself, well, what if I actually do focus and do apply myself? Let's see what could happen. Let's see what could happen. And do you know, the next semester I decided that I was going to clamp down and I was going to study my work and just give it my best. And do you know how much I placed in tests at the end of that term? This was when I was in St. Stephen's College here in Trinidad, the secondary school. I came not 21st, but first. Imagine that. From 21st to first. And I don't say that as braggadocio. I say that to inform you of something that you must know right now about yourself. I remember they gave me a commendation letter as one of the students who had made the most improvement in the course of one term. I couldn't, it seemed so surreal to me. I myself had trouble believing that I had actually come first because I never thought that I could do it. I never thought that I had that kind of potential. I want to tell you right now, right now, I do not know what might be holding you back. I don't know. I don't know what people might have told you as they told me when I was growing up. But I want to let you know this morning that, listen, you have got all of the potential that you need to do whatever it is you want to do. If you have a dream and a vision right now, in your mind, in your soul, in your heart, if there is some picture of your life that seems amazing up here or here, and you want to make that a reality, you have everything that you need right now to make that a reality. But you know what happens oftentimes? Oftentimes we have this clear picture, this clear, amazing vision of what we want our life to turn out like. But then, the minute we start to step forward and take action to make that happen, that negative voice in the chatterbox starts saying to us, but what you think you're trying? You are never going to get that done. This is way above you. This is beyond you. This is impossible. You can't do it. You're not good enough. Have you ever heard that voice? That negative chatter coming from your chatterbox? I'm sure we could all relate. And there is absolutely nothing in life that will quicker kill your dreams and your visions than that negative voice which says to you that maybe you're just not good enough or you don't have what it takes. Well, I want to tell you this morning, you've got everything and much more. Much, much more. You have got everything that you need to make the life of your dreams become a living reality. I used to doubt myself. I used to hold back myself. I used to think that it was impossible. I used to think that. But then I discovered that if I could go from 21st to 1st, then what could I not do? What could we not do? What can we not do in this life? Let me ask you the question. Let me make it personal. What can you not do right now in your life that you really want to do? What is holding you back? What excuse are you coming up with to let yourself off the hook? You see, because I've realized that in life, we need to surround ourselves with people who push us forward and who let us know that, hey, Kevin, Nicole, you have got the stuff that you need to make the life of your dreams become a reality. You've got everything you need. Yeah, sure, there might be some challenges. There might be some obstacles that you need to overcome. But guess what? That's part of the journey that allows us to grow in the process of making our dreams become a reality. If you told me a couple of years ago, like, Michael, you ever thought about having your own business? I would have said to you, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Me going into business, and not just business, but an online business? I would have said to you that you're crazy. No way. Because I felt like I wasn't capable of that. And so again, it's that self-doubt. It's that lack of belief in myself. It's that lack of belief in yourself that holds us back more than anything else. When you discover the power of the stuff that is called potential. You know that word. We use it a lot. Potential. When you discover the power of that potential that you have got deep inside of you, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, there is no problem. Listen to me carefully now. There is no single problem that you cannot overcome if you unleash your potential. There's no problem that can stand against you. None. We as human beings, and I'm not coming from a religious standpoint here. When I make these videos, it's so that we could all relate, whether we are religious or not, or believe in God or not. But the fact is that as human beings, each one of us, regardless of who we are, regardless of where we come from, each and every single human being has this amazing stuff within that can make anything, and I mean anything, happen. I started a few years ago to realize that, wait a minute, there was so much stuff in me that I was not yet using. I had so much potential in me that I was not yet using. I wanna ask you right now, do you have potential in you that you are not using? Whenever we say that something is too hard or this is too difficult, we are bowing down to acknowledge the superiority of the problem. But we need to acknowledge the superiority of our potential. We need to bow down to our potential and let the problems and challenges in our life bow down to our potential. Any limit in life, listen to me here carefully now, any single limit in life, any barrier that is holding you back from having the life of your dreams, the life that you deserve, can be broken through. I only discovered a few years ago just how amazing the human potential is. I never thought that I would have been able to break through my limitations. So many things were holding me back. I had so many fears. I used to be scared to even approach a girl if I liked her. I was so shy. I lacked so much confidence in myself that I couldn't even approach a girl to tell her that I liked her. I would shy away from work opportunities that would help me to get ahead. I would turn them down because I felt like I just wasn't good enough. And I always that used to make me feel so frustrated. You know, it used to make me feel trapped. Have you ever felt this way? I used to feel trapped. I used to feel like I was holding myself back, and no matter what I tried to do, I couldn't overcome it. I couldn't break through. I couldn't get ahead. And that used to frustrate me. I used to be disappointed in myself, and no matter what I tried, I just couldn't seem to escape it. Until a few years ago, I discovered 3 steps, 3 moves. And when I made those moves, when I took those exact steps, not 5 steps, not 7 steps, not 10 steps, but 3 simple steps. And when I took those steps, it started to help me to break through my limitations. The fear, the doubt, the thoughts that I were having that was causing me to hold myself back, telling me that, Michael, you could only dream it, but you will never have it in reality. And I realized that if I could find a way to overcome those limiting beliefs, if I could find a way to break through my doubts, if I could find a way to believe in my human potential, then there was nothing I couldn't do. I want to declare to you that when you find a way, if you want to know what to do to break through limitation in your life, to completely disarm fear, to completely disarm self-doubt, so that you can set yourself free, so that you can unleash to go after your dreams, after your goals, and to make your vision a reality, then you need to discover these 3 steps. I have shared them in the past right here on Facebook. But tomorrow at 11 a.m., I'll be hosting another free live masterclass, free. And I will share with you in this free masterclass the 3 steps, just 3 steps, the 3 steps that I took that helped me to break through my limitations. And I started seeing that, wait a minute, there is no limit on what you can do. There isn't. We place limits on ourselves. But when you realize that you have got unlimited potential, that you could make your dreams come true, that you can bring your vision into the real world, regardless of what anybody else says, regardless of what anybody else thinks. Because guess what? If you have a dream or a vision, that is your prize. That is your trophy. That was given to you. It wasn't given to anybody else. Your vision, your dream is yours. And it is your responsibility to make that happen and come true in the real world. Nobody else needs to believe you. Nobody else needs to believe you. You need to believe you. That is all that is necessary for you to make the life of your dreams become a reality. Nobody else needs to believe it. You need to believe it because it's yours. And when you believe it, when you really believe with all your heart and soul and mind that you can make this happen, that you can do it, that no matter what the odds are stacked up against you, that you will crush it and break through and unleash yourself to live the life that you deserve, that's when the true magic starts to happen. In the words of Les Brown, and I love these words, you know, Les Brown is a world-class motivational speaker. And Les Brown said that when your dream is big enough, the odds do not matter. Let me repeat that one more time, just in case you might be taking notes. When the dream is big enough, the odds do not matter. Your dream, your vision is worthy. Most people most people allow their dreams and visions to go down the drain because of fear, because of self-doubt, because of some limiting belief. They give up on their dreams and vision. And that is why most people just live average lives, because they have given up because of some limitation. But I want to let you know that this need not be you. This is not you. You have a dream and vision for your life. You need to make it happen. You need to make it come to pass. The world needs to hear your message. The world needs to know. Listen, nobody can impact the world the way you can. Nobody. Nobody was given the same message that you were given to share. Nobody. Sherry-Ann, Nicole, you alone have that special message to share with the world. Do you know what my message is to share with the world? I have a very simple message. And what created my message was my experience. Our message many times comes out of our experience. I used to be so fearful and doubtful. And I saw that I missed out, I lost out on so many opportunities because of fear and self-doubt. But thankfully I was able to break through. And now I want my message to the world. My mission is to help people all around the world, beginning right here in Trinidad, to let people know that they can break through fear and self-doubt, any limitation, that they can break through any limitation. And when they break through, they can make anything become a possibility and a reality in their lives. Anything is possible. Anything. You know, when children, and this is where I want to close, when children come into the world, I want you to think about something carefully. When children come into the world, children are not born having fear. Children are not born having doubts. Children have all of the belief in themselves to know that they can do anything and be anything. They come from the hands of the Creator pure. But as they grow up in life, as we grow up in life, people along the way say things to us. We hear certain things and it starts to make us doubt our capabilities. We start doubting our potential. That's right, Kevin. You know, we need to believe it. We need to believe it. There's nothing holding human beings back today more than fear and self-doubt and limitations. Limitations in the belief. Limitations in the mind. Am I good enough? Can I do it? Will I get through? Asking what if? What if? What if this happens? What if that happens? Well, as Tony Robbins says, we need to stop asking what could go wrong and start thinking about what could go right. What if my dream came true right now? What if I could take this vision from my mind and make it a reality? What if I can touch lives all around the world with my simple message? Simple message. Connecting with people, letting persons know that they could do it. Listen, you will not, anywhere you go, I will be your greatest number one fan. I believe in you more than you probably even believe in yourself. Because I know right now that the same stuff I have in me, you have in you. The same stuff. And if you can do miracles, I can do miracles. If I can do miracles, you can do miracles. We are awesome creatures. We human beings. We have got amazing, powerful stuff in us to create, to innovate. Yeah, what if all goes right, Kevin? Exactly. What if it all goes right? So often we get trapped and we get limited in that mindset which tells us, well, what if it goes wrong? What if I fail? What if this happens? What if that happens? Well, let's change that narrative. It's time we change that story. It's time we started being good to ourselves. It's time we start to unleash ourselves from all the fear, from every single thing that has been holding us back. It's time. Don't you agree with me? It's time. It is time. And so I became tired. I told myself one day, a few years ago, I told myself, you know what? I'm tired of all of this frustration. I am tired of all of these excuses that I am making time and again. I'm tired. And I decided I was going to hold my life. I was going to grab my life by the horns, take 100% responsibility for my life, and get up and start becoming better. And when I started to do that, when I started to work on myself, when I started to dig deep down in my soul to discover the stuff that I have within me, the same stuff you have within you, oh, I am telling you, there is so much potential that we leave on the table. When we bounce up problems, we listen, man, there is no problem. There isn't a single problem that you cannot solve there isn't. But because of the conditioning that we have had, we often think that our problems are greater. They're not. You know, the statement says, as a man, as a person thinks, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. If you think that you have all of the potential that you need to create the life of your dreams, to break through any limitation, to make anything happen in your life, if you really, really believe that, then that is what will happen. That is what will be reality for you in your life. But if I believe that, well, I'll never really make it, I'll really never get past this, or I really can't do that, then that is what is going to become real in my life. So, what are you going to choose to believe? What will you choose to believe from this day and every single day of your life? You know what I choose to believe? I choose to believe that I can do anything. That with God all things are possible. We can do anything. And that is what we must believe. I'm going to unleash, I am going to reveal to you these 3 steps. 3 simple steps that I took to help me break through, to help me transform. And listen, transform it did. It really did transform my life. These 3 steps that I will be sharing with you tomorrow morning right here at 11 a.m. I'm going to share with you the 3 steps that you can take right now to begin experiencing this degree of transformation, living life free. I consider the eagle. Have you considered the eagle? The majestic eagle. It soars through the skies, from one end of the sky to the other. The eagle soars way, way high, above the clouds. But what if you were meant to live your life like that? To soar high, to soar so high above limitations, to soar above doubts, to soar above fears, so that you could be free to create the life of your dreams and to make your visions become a reality. Who says it's not possible? Who says it's not possible? I want to tell you, it is possible. It is possible. Anything is possible. We're living now in a world when I think that's the news every day. If it is possible, it could happen. It's possible. We live in a world now where anything, all sorts of things are happening. Anything is possible nowadays. So, what if your vision, what if your dream, the dream for your life, the vision that you have for your life, instead of thinking that it's impossible, what if it is possible? And I want to tell you that it is verily, verily, it is possible. So, thank you for being here with me to share this time. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. in that free live masterclass where I would be sharing with you 3 steps, the 3 moves that you can make right now to help you break through any limitation. It doesn't matter whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, whatever it is, lack of belief, fear, self-doubt, it does not matter. These 3 steps can help you to break through, unleash yourself, and start living life by your design. No longer life in default. These are the words of the guy with the heart on his head here at the Unleash Academy, reminding you, and this is the message. This is the message that I want to share with all the world. That when you unleash yourself, when you break through limitations, when you break the shackles and the restraints of fear and self-doubt, anything, I mean anything, absolutely anything becomes possible. So, I wish you a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Stay safe because we are still living with the COVID-19 virus. But we don't need to be afraid. We just need to become like the eagle and soar above the clouds. You were meant to soar above the clouds. You were not meant to live in a contracted, constricted way. You are God's highest form of creation. The human being is the crowning act of the natural world. Yeah, that's what you must always remember. You are meant to expand, to evolve, to grow, to increase, to live without limitations. That is your birthright. That is your prize. That is your legacy. That is your inheritance. So live like the eagle today and soar, soar high, soar, soar high. God bless you. Take good care. And tomorrow I see you again right here at the Unleash Academy. Bye-bye for now.